the home of the do-it-yourself trucker. When everything goes wrong, you got it Redneckanize. Well, what's going on, everybody? Hey, this is Ed with Redneckanize, and we're coming at you from the freezing tundra of South Texas. My goodness. I tell you what, it's crazy. I have not been this cold in a while since I moved down here. It is it's in the high 20s, and I know all you guys are saying, hey. Yeah, and I know you guys are saying, hey, Ed, toughen up. Hey, this is trucking right here. When the weather's real bad out there, truckers are out there getting it done, and we love you guys out there for doing it and appreciate everybody. So we're just kicking back here Sunday evening, 7 o'clock. And yeah, good deal. So yeah, we're just kicking back here Sunday evening, 7 o'clock, and we hope everybody's having a great night tonight. And we appreciate you joining us. So I was just thinking about things that were going on this week and how cold it got and how everybody's staying safe. And I was just thinking about the things I did out there to try to stay warm and all kind of whatnot. And what brought me to mind was like, you had to carry stuff with you. You had to carry stuff with you. You had to get extra blankets, extra coats. I had extra gloves, extra hoods, extra hats. I mean, because even though the stuff you had was good, what happens is you get out there messing around and the stuff gets wet or nasty, or it could get torn up or whatever. But my biggest thing is I would go through, like if I was traveling across 80, I'd probably go through 3 or 4 different sets of gloves within a couple of days because they would all get wet. They would all, and even though the waterproof ones, they still, certain things you can't do with those waterproof ones. So you had to take them off and use regular gloves, and those gloves would get wet, messed up somehow. And we had to just make do, I mean, there were times I remember when I was stopped for the night and you were going to bed, you'd lay you'd get a towel and lay it across the dash or lay it across the seat or the top bunk or something and get the gloves or hats or whatever you had, and you'd lay it out and let it dry out because it got all wet and nasty out there on the road while you were working, and you just had to make do, because you might need them again tomorrow, and that's the crazy thing about it. So yeah, you're just kicking back. You can join us and call in 516-387-1733. Just hit 1 to be part of the conversation. We're really proud of our YouTube channel. So all you guys out there watching on YouTube, we appreciate it. And like I said, give us a like and click that button to subscribe. And make sure you share information and share our videos out there with all the other truckers and everybody, especially the four-wheelers, the ones that might not know about trucking that much. We appreciate them checking us out. We got a lot of videos out there talking to four-wheelers about how we drive as truckers and how we get out there and do things. And I just hope that we can just make a little impact out there in our day-to-day activities to help out the drivers, and we appreciate that. So yeah, check out our YouTube channel. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and we want to give a big shout out to our big Twitter fan is Taylor Barker Music. At its Twitter handle is at Taylor Built, and we appreciate him sharing our information and getting the word out there for us, and we appreciate anybody that can do that for us. We're working hard to try to help out and make trucking a better place. So we're just truckers trying to help truckers be better truckers. And that's one thing we appreciate out there. So, I mean, really the top stories, if you're going to look into what's going on in the world today, the top stories, of course, is the weather, the winter storms out there. I mean, even there's a winter weather advisory or warning or whatever for the South Texas, like where I'm at, Nueces County, a big advisory warning for that. And it's crazy because even though it's not, I mean, like right now, it's got a little bit of rain and drizzle today, but it is below freezing. So anything out there could potentially freeze to the ground and cause problems. Of course, the big headache is not a lot of people are used to waking up with ice all over their car and windshield and everything. So the defrosters might have to get kicked in. Down here, we run our defrosters, but it's because it's so humid that the windshields will fog up. So we run a defroster to keep the windshields from fogging up, not icing up. So the defrosters should work down here. We might have to check our this time of year, we're always into checking our windshield wipers down here because this is the type of the rainy season down here. But other than that, trying to bundle up and stay warm. I mean, we're all out here walking around like Ralph's little brother in A Christmas Story. We can barely walk and move because we got so many layers of clothes on. So we're just not used to that down here. And a couple of times, I guess we've seen on Facebook and everything, it's everybody in Texas shares a post that says, say, hey, all you friends up there that live up north, your weather is down here in my backyard. Can you come and get it and get it off my property? So we're having fun doing that, and it was a lot of fun talking to a lot of friends of mine that living up north, and they're like, oh, just bear with it. You know, this ain't nothing. This is just a weekend. So we're hoping that it'll subside. It's supposed to go away sometime around Tuesday or Wednesday. Mondays might be the worst of it. So if you're traveling out there around the North Texas area, like around Dallas and Waco and Austin, Tyler, Texas, Odessa, those are the ones you need to get off the road. You need to kind of watch it because we all know what happens when these heavy storms hit these northern cities and states, and when they hit the south, it's especially hard because the governments are just not prepared for it. So they create problems. In fact, I think the government, I was traveling up there around north of Austin when the cold weather was coming in, and I think the government caused more problems than the weather did because they were stopping traffic, slowing traffic, trying to prep the roads. They were spraying that liquid down, the de-icer liquid that's supposed to prevent the roads from freezing. And of course, we all know that doesn't work all that well that much. So yeah, that's what I noticed is they were just creating more problems. If they would just, tell people to slow down. Of course, that's people have to listen to advice about that, but you're not gonna, I don't know if that reduces accidents. I don't know, but it doesn't prevent them. There's still going to be people off in the road. I mean, I was passing rolled over pickup trucks with trailers and campers, cars in the ditch. They're not paying attention. They got their heads in their phones or their radios as usual. So you got to pay attention out there. And one of the cool things about modern technology, these new cars and trucks out there, they have gauges, they have thermometers in the system to where it'll, it's great to have something in the car that tells you how warm or cold it is outside. Well, what these systems are designed to do is supposed to flash a warning sign on the dashboard there for you when you're driving down the road to tell you, hey, it's getting cold out there. You should slow down or watch out. The roads could freeze. But a lot of people might turn that stuff off. A lot of vehicles might not have that hooked up yet or whatever. But that was a pretty cool thing. I'm driving a newer truck now, and I'm going along, getting down the road pretty good. And of course, it's middle of the night and nobody's really around me that much. But all of a sudden, the dash starts flashing, and I look down, and all it is just telling me it's getting cold out there. So watch out. So that's good to know. And of course, you truck drivers, what we always did was when we're checking our mirrors, we see the mirrors might need a little attention sometimes, and we have to throw the mirror heater on. That lets us know that's getting kind of chilly out there. So yeah, it's always something like that. We're always watching and keeping an eye on. So all you drivers out there, we appreciate you handling out there in the cold weather and staying safe and getting the stuff to the stores. Already, I've heard people talk about how the stores couldn't get deliveries here in the Texas area because of the weather, and some roads are getting closed and all that. But the truckers are out there doing their best, I think, especially in the cold weather, and they're doing it safe. We just asked everybody, if you don't need to be out, don't get out. This is even worse than a pandemic because it's everybody's at risk. The more the people, and it's about traffic. It's about driving down the road safely. So we trying to get everybody to stay home. Don't even. A lot of people try to say, oh, stay home and order pizza or stay home and get the groceries delivered like pandemic stuff. No, don't even do that. If you don't have to be out and you don't need anybody else to be out, then don't be out. I just had some friends of mine tell me they work for a truck stop in a big city, and then they were shorthanded in another truck stop about an hour and a half away, and they said, you need to go out there and help them out. And it's like, can't believe they're forcing an employee of theirs to drive their own vehicle out to another location an hour and a half away in this bad weather. So, that's what we have to watch out for, and we shouldn't be doing that as much as we can because there are stuff that needs to be out there. And I think that trucks are out there getting the freight up and down the road and getting it to the grocery stores and everything. So we need to help them out and try to stay off the road when we can.